flowing again in no time with our $99 drain cleaning offer. And if we can't open your drain, the visit is free. You can also get a free camera inspection of your sewer line to help us easily pinpoint the source of the clog and suggest the fastest and most affordable solution. When we identify the problem, we provide the best option, ranging from drain cabling, hydrojetting, spot repair, or even sewer line replacement if needed. So don't ignore the signs of a clogged drain or sewer line before it turns into a costly problem. Call the plumbing experts at Pipe Wrench today at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him, but nothing prepared him for the fight against ED. Shane practically hunched him over. On pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Men's Pro Knoxville said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments, science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Men's Pro Knoxville was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With AD and performance treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com. Your consultation includes blood work with results before you leave. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
If you want a great-looking fence or secure entry gate that will stand the test of time, you need to call Stanley Fencing and Gate. Proudly serving East Tennessee since 2000, Stanley Fencing can customize your fence. Just tell Stanley Fencing your idea, they bring it to life. Offering chain link, vinyl, aluminum, wood fences. They even specialize in secure entry gates to protect your business. For customized fencing and gates backed by a warranty, choose the Stanley Fence family. Call 865-254-3844 or online at stanleyfence.com.
This report is sponsored by Tennessee Oncology. Cutting-edge cancer care is coming to Alcoa, Tennessee. Tennessee Oncology will open their new clinic location in Alcoa with Dr. Aisha Cannon and Dr. David Chisholm summer 2025. For more information, call 877-637-1150.
First alerting you to a layer type day. The next few days will be at 82, then down to the 50s. Comfy weather. Don't need the rain gear. From the WFLT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy.
The Eric Ains Show is sponsored by Food City. Nobody does food like Food City, the official supermarket of the Vols.
Podcast it. Charlie Collier fixed the college football playoff, y'all. Andrew in the text box says, y'all are getting me so excited. This sounds awesome. And then I remember that it's always going to be not simple and jacked up. Now I'm sad again. I think the current one going to 16 is going to be fine.
I think it'll be good.
It's going to be better. There's going to be more teams in there. The conference champions all get in. Everybody's playing. But I think the thing you sold me on the most, Charlie, is all the home games that would be played. That's awesome. We need more college football because in the current, even in the 16-team model, how many host games are there? It's 8 to start, right? Because it's just 116, 215. Isn't that how they're going to do it? Or there's no buy. There'll be no buys. I mean, what they're talking about doing, right? It's teams 1 through 16 and no buys.
Speaking of jacked up, one of the proposals is they want to make like 16, 15, 14, 13 play-in games and then get it to 12 teams from there. So if they do that, then I don't know what the home game situation is, but if
it's just so, it makes it so
smarter, more logical heads prevail, then a 16-team playoff, you'd just seed them 1 through 16, and there'd be 8 first-round home games. So hopefully we can figure out how to not mess that up. We'll see.
Doubt it. All right, speaking of not messing it up, Tennessee baseball messed it up last night with a walk-off walk to lose. Can you think of a worse way to lose than to walk?
Not stepping on home plate.
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad. But, I mean, just like the slow bleed gut punch of ball 4 game over. That's awful. So they have to come back from that. Wake Forest and Tennessee tonight is 5:45. You'll hear John Wilkerson getting you ready for that. But it's win or go home. And I feel pretty good about it. I think Tony Vitello is elite. And I think he's got a lot of talent. And I think that they'll show out today. I think the pitching will be fine, and they're going to have to hit the ball. But, I mean, they will. They're due. Hunter Inslee's due. Bargo's due.
I mean, I feel like this team's got the makeup, the intestinal fortitude.
I like that.
The
guts.
The guts to be able to thrive in this kind of situation, I think. But this team has laid some. I mean, then again, like this team's laid some eggs, and maybe not even laid eggs, but just been like one hit or one play or one strike short in a lot of Sunday rubber matches. I mean, Sunday was a bad day for Tennessee this year, so that I guess makes me a little bit nervous. But then, I think of what this team showed in Hoover, right? I mean, they went to the SEC tournament knowing that they had to go and perform to be in Knoxville this weekend in the first place. And they come out, and in the opener, 20 hits, second most hits in an SEC tournament game like ever. Whoop up on Alabama. The next day they come out and get a gutsy win against a top 3 team in the country in Texas. And that was when their backs were against the wall and they needed to probably go and win exactly 2 games to be hosting.
And then they played the third game and got run ruled by Vandy.
Yeah.
Who's no longer playing baseball this college.
They're not.
This college season, they're done. So, do you go with, okay, I mean, you have your cast, 4 or 5 arms that they feel pretty good about that you'll probably see. Do you not see if A.J. Russell and Liam Doyle can give you an inning or 2 if you need it late? Who do you trust out there? Like Snead is, feast or famine. He can be great, and he can frustrate you.
Right. I mean, for A.J. Russell, the question would be just, what do you got? Well, just how does he handle, a quick turnaround? Because we haven't seen him do that yet.
Or will they even ask him to?
Right, and who knows if they ask him to? He guess he
I know
pitched,
he would.
He pitched Friday, or I guess was it Saturday? He pitched earlier this weekend. It wasn't a hefty workload by any means, but he's been working his way back, getting his arm back to full strength. So, is now the time to try and quick turnaround for A.J. Russell? I don't know. I think Liam Doyle, I think it's going to be hard to keep him off the field.
I think that's going to be one of those deals where it's like man-to-man, we need 6 outs. I've got 6 outs in me easy. I got more than that. I
mean, he threw a little over 100 pitches, less than in the 100 to 110 range on Friday night. Saturday off, Sunday off. I mean, I guess on a regular schedule, I'm pretty sure.
The day early, right?
I mean, on a regular schedule, I'm pretty sure tomorrow or today would probably be his bullpen day anyway, where you're throwing a light pin. So can that just be the 9th inning instead?
Yeah.
I think you'll see Liam Doyle for a 9th inning if you need it.
That'd be a fun way to put it if you need it. That's the other thing, if you need it. I mean, there's a good chance both teams can hit though. I don't know. I feel good about it. You talking about it makes me feel more normal about it. I think I'm just kind of like, I don't think this team is done yet. I'm not sure that this Tennessee baseball team is done. I know if they lose, they are, but there's just something about them this season, Tony, that, being in charge. I don't think they're done playing baseball. Not like Vanderbilt and not like Texas.
It's a big Monday in college baseball, though. You have 6 winner-take-all college baseball games. You have North Carolina, Oklahoma, and USC, Oregon. Or that's at 3, North Carolina, Oklahoma. And then at 6, you have USC, Oregon State, Murray State, Ole Miss, Wake Forest, Tennessee. And then at 9, Little Rock randomly forced a winner-take-all game with LSU. And you have Southern Miss, Miami. I mean, it's been a really, really weird weekend of baseball. I, just as a college baseball fan as a whole, am excited to watch all day again.
Do you think all those end in chalk? Do you think the high seed wins? There's no way, not in all of them.
Give me Oklahoma, Oregon State, Ole Miss, Tennessee, LSU, and Southern Miss. So I think you get chalk in all but one. I think Oklahoma will knock off UNC.
Okay. Chapel Bill, then they're on to football season. Let's get to the phones real quick before we catch a break. Let's catch up with Eddie here. Eddie, welcome to the EA show.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Can't complain, brother.
All right. Hey, yesterday's softball game was really interesting, but they had, and I'm glad we won it, like everybody has said, that, with playing ball rather than a technical rule. But what they actually did was it should have ended on the play that they're talking about, the play at the plate where the girl missed the plate. And the reason is it's not reviewable, so you can't review it. You don't ask for a review. What you do is what you do when anybody at any level misses a base and when time comes back in. So if the next hitter comes to the plate, the pitcher takes the ball to the mound, steps back off the rubber, and says to the umpire, I want to appeal the girl missing home base, okay? And it's an appeal. It's the same appeal play, okay? And the umpire watched it, before you went and looked at the review. The review doesn't even exist on that, right? So I don't know if it would have sailed through, but that's what you do. And if the girl misses a base or the player misses a base and you appeal it and he saw it, not on replay, but he just saw it play. And I saw it when it happened. I thought she took a giant leap and missed the plate, okay? But it looked like the umpire saw it. So would they have been ruled out even after that fiasco with, the stuff and you can't review it? And I understand that. But the proper thing would have been we're going to appeal the girl missing home plate, and she would have been called out, right?
So Eddie, actually the situation, Tennessee couldn't just go step on home plate and appeal because she did go but they couldn't because she did go back and touch the plate, right? So because she did circle back and touch the plate, that was no longer a play that Tennessee could appeal. So then that's why it has to go to review. And then in review, the part actually that after the game the NCAA tried to clarify that was non-reviewable was whether or not she had been assisted back to the plate, because that's what would have changed it. If she would have missed home plate and then circled back and touched it, you're still good. But you can't miss home plate and then be assisted by a player, I think especially a player that wasn't live either. You can't have them assist you back to the plate to touch it. But I think then they went and said, well, appendix whatever, you can review whether or not they touched a base, but you can't review whether or not they were assisted back to the plate, and that
Just
would have been the
all.
part that would have
boys and girls. When you hit the ball over the fence.
The following is a presentation of the Vol Network, produced by Learfield.
Network and 99.1 The Sports Animal present University of Tennessee Softball. Big Orange Softball is on the air.
Back to the wall. It's good. A full team effort tonight. This is Tennessee Softball.
Tennessee Softball on the Vol Network and 99.1 The Sports Animal with your host, Brian Rice.
Sponsored by First Horizon Bank. Big bank muscle, small bank hustle.
By Eastman, reminding you that at Tennessee, good sports always give back.
By Food City, the official supermarket of the Lady Falls.
By the Tennessee Education Lottery, proud to have raised more than $7.5 billion to support education programs in Tennessee.
By YMCA of East Tennessee, get fit, have fun, be awesome.
And by UT Medical Center, the official healthcare provider of the Lady Vols. University of Tennessee Softball is brought to you locally by
Smoky Mountain Tops, East Tennessee Children's Hospital, Burton McKinnish Law, Covenant Health, CRS Exteriors, Old South Candy, Yardley Flats, your Toyota dealers, Fleet Tire, Food City, Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union, Ted Russell Ford, Lazy Days RV, and by His Security.
For the third straight game at the Women's College World Series for the University of Tennessee, it is win or go home. But today, it is a matchup with Texas that will determine one of the two teams that will play for a national championship. Tennessee would have to win twice for that to happen. Texas only needs to win once. The Lady Vols can look at it kind of like they've looked at some of their previous series this year. You're down one, but win two, and you win a series, and in this case, you would advance to play for a national championship. Hello again, everybody. Brian Rice with you from here at Devon Park in Oklahoma City, where this afternoon the Tennessee Lady Volunteers have the opportunity for the second straight trip to the Women's College World Series to play for a spot in the championship game. 2 years ago, Tennessee came into this spot not having lost their first game in OKC, but having lost game 2 to Oklahoma, then defeating Oklahoma State to earn a spot in this game. In this season's trip, Tennessee lost its opening game to Oklahoma, of course, in walk-off fashion 4-3 after leading for most of that ball game. Came back, run-ruled Florida on Friday night, had the off day on Saturday, and then yesterday won a 9-inning battle with the UCLA Bruins. And Laura Mueller was the hero. She drove in 2 runs in the first inning after UCLA walked McKenna Gibson to get to Mueller to load the bases. They did the same thing in the 9th inning. Walked McKenna Gibson to get to Laura Mueller, and she made him pay. A rocket into left field for the walk-off single that gave Tennessee the win in 9 innings. Today, the Lady Vols, who took 2 of 3 from Texas in Austin earlier this year, will send Carlin Pickens back to the circle. The junior, a 1.17 earned run average. She has started every game for Tennessee here in OKC. The Lady Vols were able to get her out of the ball game in that Florida game on Friday night by scoring 7 first-inning runs in support. Tennessee rode the wave of Sage Margetko and Aaron Newer the rest of the way en route to a victory there. Newer picking up the win in that game. Texas, they're not going to start Ace Teagan Kavan. They're going to send out Mac Morgan, a senior, a 3.42 earned run average, 10-4 win-loss record, making her 26th appearance and her 16th start in this game here this afternoon. So she will get the ball to start things off. The senior from Creighton, Missouri, trying to extend her career for at least one more game. Tennessee seniors trying to do the same here this afternoon. Lady Vols are here, again, thanks to that Laura Mueller walk-off victory, 5-4 over UCLA. Taylor Panel nearly won it on a walk-off home run earlier in the inning, but it was ruled to have hit the top of the wall correctly and bounced back into the field of play rather than off of the camera platform as it initially appeared. That set up Panel at second. Tennessee then saw Ella Dodge pop up to short, trying to advance Panel to third. Sophia Nugent was then intentionally walked. McKenna Gibson was pitched to, but ultimately intentionally walked after a 3-1 count. And then Mueller stepped up with the bases loaded and delivered that hit to left to win. Carlin Pickens picked up her 25th win of the season, striking out 7 and stranding 10 out on the base pass yesterday. Meanwhile, Texas is here thanks to a great performance from Teagan Kavan. Lost her grandmother on Saturday morning and came out here on Saturday afternoon and defeated Oklahoma 4-2. Kavan threw 129 pitches, scattering 7 hits, none for extra bases, walked 2, surrendering the 2 runs, one of them unearned. Outside of a 2-run top of the second inning, Kavan did not allow a Sooner base runner to reach third base outside of the first and 6th innings. A great performance for her. Tennessee, well, trying to wreck it here today. Again, Kavan won't be in the circle, at least to start this game here this afternoon. If Tennessee wins, we will play a second 45 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1. These teams have met on 14 prior occasions. The series is even at 7 after Tennessee's series win in Austin back in April. Tennessee is 1-0 all-time against Texas in the Women's College World Series. A 2-1 victory on June 2nd, 2013. Thanks to a Lauren Gibson solo home run, Alexi Overstreet bases loaded walk, sent Tennessee to the championship series in the Women's College World Series. On this date, in 2013, Tennessee will try to make it 2-2 against Texas going to the championship series. When we come back, we'll get the final word on today's matchup from the head coach of the Lady Vols, Karen Weekly. Starting lineups and first pitch. It's all ahead. It's Tennessee and Texas in the Women's College World Series. This is Tennessee Softball.
Enrichment Federal Credit Union's Ownership Rewards account is our way of thanking members for their loyalty. Members earn 5.12% annual percentage yield on qualifying deposits. Your credit and debit card cash back rewards are automatically deposited to your Ownership Rewards account. Since the launch of this account, we have paid back over $2.6 million to our members. To learn more, visit any Enrichment Federal Credit Union branch or go online to enrichmentfcu.org.
Celebrate Junk Be Gone's 20th anniversary. This month, enjoy $20 off any service, whether it's driveway dumpsters, full-service junk removal, or demolition. Do it yourself and take your time, or let them do the heavy lifting for you. Locally owned and operated, Junk Be Gone has proudly been the #1 junk removal company for the past 20 years. Their success is built on exceptional customer service and eco-friendly recycling. Call today for a free estimate and make your space junk-free. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for 2 decades.
When there's stuff that you want gone, give a buzz to Junk Be Gone.
Your summer starts here in an exciting new Toyota Camry, America's best-selling car. It's all hybrid all the time with available all-wheel drive. May 8th through June 2nd, get 4.99 APR financing on any new 25 Camry. Or lease a new Camry LE for just $289 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Wherever you're going this summer, you can be sure Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union will go the extra mile with you. With the KTVA ECU mobile app, you can manage your money anytime and anywhere, no matter what you're doing. And after our big system upgrade on June 3rd, the new mobile app will have even more convenient features.
Yay!
Visit tvacreditunion.com/transform for more details.
Join us now.
Federally insured by NCUA. Message and data rates may apply.
Starting lineups being introduced down below here in Oklahoma City, the Women's College World Series. This, the national semifinal. Again, Tennessee trying to make their 2 national semifinal games in this upper part of the bracket here today. Texas would like to play only 1 game, but winner, whoever emerges from today, will meet the winner of Texas Tech and Oklahoma for a national championship in a 3-game series that begins Wednesday night here in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma in the same situation that Tennessee is in the game later today. They defeated Oregon yesterday to move on and will need to defeat Texas Tech twice here this evening if they want to play for a national championship. Texas Tech would have to win just once here in OKC this evening.
Now let's get the last word from the dugout from the head coach of the Lady Vols, Karen Weekly, brought to you by First Horizon Bank. Coach, an emotional walk-off win yesterday. How do you harness that to face Texas twice today?
You know, I think we just go back to these last 2 weeks, and I feel like all we've been in is elimination games, and it's not going to get any easier. We know that, and you just learn how to do the hard.
This is kind of like a regional Sunday, except in a reverse role from what you're used to, where you have to win twice, but ultimately a lot of teams in this tournament have had to win back-to-back games in elimination format and have done so, including a team doing it that you're going to play today.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that from the start, you know, after we lost that first game, because you see all the statistics about the percentage of times that people do it. And it's not very often, but, hey, it's been done as recent as 2021, and we know we can do it. And, again, I think the fact that we've been there and we're in a very familiar role right now, this is, you know, we've won 4 elimination games in the last 2 weekends, and today will be 5 and 6.
How do you approach the pitching staff today? Obviously, Carlin went a long time yesterday. Do you look at it as 2 games, even though you have to win the first one for there to even be a second one? How do you approach that with your pitching staff today?
Well, you've got to approach it like there won't be game 2 if you don't get game 1. So you've got to do everything possible to win 1 game. You know Carlin's going to be out there for a game today, so why not make it game 1?
Your offense has been seeing the ball very well here in Oklahoma City. Tegan Kavan has not given up a run here in Oklahoma City, or 1 earned run and then an unearned run. How do you match up with her and the rest of the Texas pitching staff based on that matchup in Austin earlier this year?
Well, you know, I think a lot of things that Craig has tried to work with our hitters on this year, they're just starting to get it right now, and now's the most important time, so that's a good thing. I think we've had a pretty simplified game plan since we've been here. And then we've kind of adjusted from that depending on how the game goes and the pitcher that comes in to face us. So I think sticking with that and knowing that we saw Kavon early in the season and we know what to expect from her.
Matching up with Texas, it's much later in the season than, say, an Oklahoma or a UCLA yesterday. How different are they from when you played back in April, and are there still a lot of similarities?
I think Texas is different from they were 2-3 weeks ago, and so are we. You could argue these two teams maybe surprising people in a way. I think a lot of people counted us out as we went into the SEC tournament. I think a lot of people might have thought the same thing of Texas because, the late season sweep at OU and then how they showed in the SEC tournament. So I think we're both very different, but I just think that's a testament to the players on both teams turning a page for postseason and, just flushing whatever happened in the regular season and getting ready to put your best foot forward now.
All right, Coach, good luck today against the Longhorns.
Thank you, Brian.
That is the last word from the dugout from the head coach of Lady Vols, Karen Weekly, brought to you by First Horizon Bank. Big bank muscle, small bank hustle, the official bank of the Lady Vols.
Enrichment Federal Credit Union makes it easy to get funds for any type of loan. Auto, mortgage, credit card, personal loans, and more. Best of all, the entire process can be done safely and securely online without ever leaving your home. Apply online today at enrichmentfcu.org. It takes about 5 minutes to fill out most loan applications. If you need additional help, you can text or video chat directly with a loan professional. Getting the funds you need has never been easier with Enrichment Federal Credit Union. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
Life is busy. Work, family, responsibilities. What if college fit your schedule? At Roan State, we make education work for adults like you with flexible online, in-person, and hybrid classes. Learn on your schedule from anywhere. Affordable degrees designed to help you advance your career or start something new, all while balancing your busy life. At Roan State, it's students first. Your goals, your schedule, your time. Get started today at roanstate.edu.
Your home for the Tennessee Volunteers. WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Treat your taste buds to a world of sweet indulgence with Old South Candy. Locally owned Old South Candy offers a tantalizing array of delicious and intriguing flavors that will leave you craving for more. From classic chocolate to peanut butter fudge, orange cream, we've got a flavor for every fudge fanatic. Looking for the perfect gift? Old South Candy's the sweetest way to say thank you. Family, employees, and customers, it's handmade with care. It's a treat that speaks volumes. Visit oldsouthcandy.com today and experience the magic of small batch fudge from our family to yours.
Wherever you're going this summer, you can be sure Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union will go the extra mile with you. With the KTVA ECU mobile app, you can manage your money anytime and anywhere, no matter what you're doing. And after our big system upgrade on June 3rd, the new mobile app will have even more convenient features.
Yay!
Visit tvacreditunion.com/transform for more details.
Join us now.
Federally insured by NCUA. Message and data rates may apply.
Back here at the Women's College World Series, Tennessee and Texas this morning here in OKC, this afternoon back in Knoxville. Let's take a look at the Eastman starting lineups. Brought to you by Eastman, our good friends at Food City, UT Recycling and Waste Connections. Remember to put your plastic drinking cups and bottles in the recycling barrels when you visit Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. Remember, good sports always give back. For the Tennessee Lady Volunteers, will be the visiting team here to start things today. 47-16 on the season under the direction of Karen Weekly in her 24th season on Rocky Top. Lady Vols will lead off with Gabby Leach, the right fielder, hitting .299 on the season, 21 runs batted in, 7 home runs, 8 doubles. Has had a fantastic NCAA tournament. Taylor Panel bats second, plays third. The sophomore hitting .399 on the year. Hit her 16th home run of the season yesterday. Tennessee's runs batted in leader with 65. Ella Dodge at second base will bat third for Tennessee. Redshirt freshman's hitting .242 on the year. 15 runs batted in, 7 home runs, including 2 in the Knoxville Super Regional. Sophia Nugent will bat cleanup for Tennessee. The catcher, a senior, hitting .304. 18 home runs, leads the Lady Vols. 61 runs batted in, ranks second. McKenna Gibson at first base will bat fifth for Tennessee. The senior hitting .303. 44 runs batted in, 12 home runs. Laura Mueller, the hero yesterday, bats sixth at shortstop. Senior has a .331 average, 35 runs batted in, 6 home runs, and 7 doubles. Alana Leach starts in left in the 7th spot for Tennessee. The sophomore hitting .262 on the year, knocked in her 13th run on Friday against Friday against Florida, Emma Clark in the DP slot bats 8th. Freshman's hitting .216, and Kenzie Fiedler in center field will bat 9th. Senior's hitting .333. She's knocked in 36 runs. Tennessee's leader in triples with 8. Carlin Pickens will start in the circle for Tennessee. The right-hander, a junior, a 1.17 earned run average, 25-10 win-loss record, making her 44th appearance and her 34th start. For the Texas Longhorns, 53-11 on the season, the 6th seed in this tournament under the direction of Mike White in his 7th season on the 40 acres. They'll start Ashton Maloney in right field. Maloney, a junior, hitting .429, second leading hitter by average, 23 runs batted in, has stolen 11 bases in 12 attempts for the Longhorns. Caden Henry, the center fielder, will bat second. Sophomore's hitting .407, 30 runs batted in, the stolen bases leader with 32. Mia Scott bats third, plays third. Senior's hitting .443 to lead the Longhorns, 55 runs batted in, and a team high 18 doubles. Reese Atwood, the catcher, bats cleanup for Texas. The junior's hitting .404, 86 runs batted in. Leads Texas, as do her 21 home runs. Jolie Mitchell at first base will bat in the 5 spot for Texas. The senior's hitting .387, 63 runs batted in, 17 home runs. Katie Stewart will bat in the 6th spot for Texas. The left fielder for the Longhorns hitting .374 with 77 runs batted in, 16 home runs. Leanne Good, the shortstop, bats 7th. The junior's hitting .295 with 39 runs batted in, 8 doubles, 9 homers. Adia Wallace, the designated player, will bat in the 8th spot, a sophomore hitting .167. Katie Bennett, the second baseman, will bat 9th. Junior's hitting .248 on the year, 15 runs batted in. And then in the circle for the Longhorns will be Mac Morgan, right-hander, a senior, a 3.42 earned run average, 10-4 win-loss record. This is her 26th appearance and her 16th start. 3 complete games. She has given up 43 runs, 34 earned, has walked 17, struck out 35. Opponents are hitting .277 against Mac Morgan in 69 2/3 innings pitched. Your umpires today, Marty Abzetian has home plate. John Baca is at first, hoping he doesn't have to stand in the middle of the field for a long review today. Chad Steers is at second, and Susan Eads is at third. Mac Morgan takes the circle for the Longhorns. Tennessee in the all-summit blue today. Summit blue jersey with the script Lady Vols in orange trimmed in white across the chest. Orange number trimmed in white on the front and back. Summit blue pants, the white stripe, orange stripe in the middle of it, orange pants, and the orange cleats. Summit blue, always special here in Oklahoma City. Told the story before, but when Monica Abbott was being recruited, Ralph and Karen Weekly brought her to meet Pat Summitt in her office down at Ben Thompson Bowling Arena. She said, "Monica, when you go to the World Series, I'll be there." Pat Summitt kept her promise and was here not just when Monica Abbott and the Lady Vols came in 2005, but made return trips in 06 and 07. Still very special to carry a small part of that legacy that bonds the most famous brand in women's college athletics to this 2025 Tennessee softball team. Alana Leach getting ready to approach from the left side. We're just ready for ESPN to tell us that we can get started here in OKC. The Lady Vols and the Longhorns here this afternoon. A trip to the National Championship Series is on the line. Karen Weekly in the third base coach's box. Stephanie Sanders in her first season as a Tennessee assistant in the first base coach's box. Great to have you with us here on a Monday morning in Oklahoma City. Monday afternoon back in the Eastern time zone. It's an 11 a.m. Eastern.
7:06 a.m. Central Time. We'll reach a high of 90 today, and it seems like the sun is just bearing down on the field here at Devon Park in OKC. The 0-1 is a little bit out. There's a little concern for rain on Wednesday for day one of the championship series, and maybe if we get to a game 3 on Friday. But for now, it is just hot. The 1-1. Just missed that outer edge. 2 balls and a strike to Gabby Leach. On the season, hitting .299 in the Women's College World Series. Gabby Leach 4 for 12. Has scored 3 runs. 2-1, bounce back towards the circle. Morgan's up with it, throws, 1 quick out. What do we expect out of Mac Morgan here? We honestly just really haven't seen much of her at all from the SEC tournament on. She came in against Texas A&M, and they hit her hard in that run rule win for A&M. Settled things down against Clemson, just a veteran presence.
Leach. Go around the infield and outfield in a moment. They're even at the bag at first and third. The 1-1 misses outside for a ball. 2-1. Morgan takes a little walk back behind the circle. 2 balls and a strike as she comes back, puts the right foot on the third base side of the rubber. Spins the ball in her right hand, winds and deals. Pitch a slow roller back to Morgan, fielded by her. She throws to first, and there's 1 down here in the first. And Morgan gets the slow roller back to her. 1-3 on the putout, 1 down. Here's Taylor Panel. Panel from the right side. Redshirt sophomore, 5'8" out.
And when you have a good eye, it really forces the pitchers to have to come at you. We've seen a lot of foul balls being hit and then waiting for that better pitch that you get.
2-1. Caught the inside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Karen Weekly in her 24th season as the head coach at Tennessee. Her husband, Ralph, they were co-head coaches, retired in 2022. There's a swing and a miss. Wow. Mac Morgan reared back 72 miles an hour, threw it right by the dangerous Panel, and there's quickly 2 away.
Coach White talked about Mac Morgan and just talked about how competitive she is. And a drop ball pitcher is not usually going to be a strikeout pitcher, but she's able to get Panel, one of the hottest hitters here in Oklahoma City, with a drop ball strikeout.
First pitch to Ella Dodge is a little bit up for ball 1. 242 season average for Dodge, 7 home runs, 15 runs batted in, has scored 32 runs. That's in the top 5 for Tennessee, 4th most on their team this season. The 1-0, a little bit out, 2 balls and no strikes. 2 for 9 in the Women's College World Series. We mentioned somebody, when they get on base, they're going to score. She scored 3 runs. Has also drawn a couple of walks as well. 2-0 pitch from Morgan. Hard hit, left field, base hit. That's towards the alley, cut off. She's going to try to take second, sliding in safely. Katie Stewart a little bit deliberate in the way that she approached that in the alley. And Ella Dodge just didn't stop running.
Well, you hit the ball that hard into the outfield. It went a little bit into the gap in left center, and there was just enough time. Katie Stewart, someone who has such a strong arm, not really, her speed isn't her thing. I think if she had gotten there a little earlier, might have had a chance.
Here's Sophia Nugent, was intentionally walked twice yesterday by UCLA, takes strike 1. That's high respect. Think about her career. Started at Oklahoma, won 2 titles there. The 0-1 is a little bit up. Didn't miss by much.
One of the things we've seen with Tennessee, their numbers are not as high as Texas hitters, but here in the Women's College World Series, they have scored 20 runs in 3 games, so their bats have been pretty hot.
The 1-1, a little bit up, 2 balls and a strike. Nugent, in her 2nd season at Tennessee, has had a breakout year. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, threw it right by her, 2-2. I remember covering her when she was at Oklahoma, Leah, and JT Gasso said she was the person you would count on that knew everything about the opposing team's pitcher. She loved the scout, so you know, from her season at Oklahoma to now, she knows all there is to know about Mac Morgan. The 2-2 pops it foul down the right field line, slicing out of play. And we have our first error in the stands.
It was a young girl. Give her a break.
I'll give her a break. She's shaking that hand right now. And she got the ball. There you go. All's well that ends well.
We do love to see that in catcher Sophia Nugent, especially being the one behind the plate. For you to be able to then take that up to bat matters.
2-2. Got her swinging. What a start from Mac Morgan. 2 strikeouts, working around the 2-out double from Ella Dodge. We're scoreless with the Longhorns headed to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the Women's College World Series.
This message is from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Are you seeking to honor those who've served and sacrificed for their country? Visit the Veterans Legacy Memorial. This digital platform, run by VA's National Cemetery Administration, is dedicated to the memory of more than 4.8 million veterans interred at VA's national cemeteries, VA's grant-funded tribal, state, and territory cemeteries, and 2 U.S. National Park Service cemeteries. The memorial's interactive features allow people to remember veterans by posting tributes and comments, uploading images, and sharing a veteran's military timeline, achievements, biographical information, historical documents, and more. Over 45,000 submissions have been made to the existing profile pages since the site was launched. That's the Veterans Legacy Memorial.
My name is Latoya Adams. I served in the Army. Being with Paralyzed Veterans of America, they have showed me so much is possible.
I'm Sean Castle, served in the United States Army. I went from laying in a hospital bed dying to being a professional wheelchair basketball player. And it started with that one moment where there's life. I am unstoppable because Paralyzed Veterans of America is by my side.
We are unstoppable.
Learn more at pva.org.
Welcome back to our Granger broadcast booth in Oklahoma City. Along with 3-time world champion, Women's College World Series champion Leah Amico, I'm Chris Plank. For the ones who get it done, Granger offers professional-grade supplies and solutions made for every industry and backed by product experts. Call or click Granger.com or just stop by. I think if you're Mike White, you couldn't have asked for a better top half of the first from Mac Morgan. A bit of a surprise starter, but Leah Amico, she worked around the 2-out double, got a couple strikeouts, and now you go to work with your offense.
Well, that's what has been the talk, is just knowing each of these teams has an ace, and that's who they've been going with. But then in order to win the national championship, it's a best 2 out of 3 series. So you've got to be able to see what your other pitchers on staff can do. And this was an opportunity for them to give that start to Mac Morgan, because they do have to be beat twice in order for them not to advance.
Carlin Pickens has thrown 16 2/3 of the 20 2/3 Women's College World Series innings for Tennessee. 129 pitches against OU, 23 against Florida whenever they run ruled them, and 148 yesterday against UCLA. My math says that's 300 pitches in 3 games. Ashton Maloney fouls off the first pitch for strike 1.
Well, and that's where it shows you how they were fortunate to be able to take Pickens out after the first inning, because Tennessee came out swinging.
Yeah, that Florida game, yeah.
Yes, and right off the bat, the first inning, was it a 7-run lead? And so that allowed them to get her some rest, but now she's out here back-to-back days, and she did throw a lot of pitches yesterday.
Karen Weekly in our pregame show talked about just the athlete that Carlin Pickens is, as there's a grounder towards short. Oh, bobbled, botched. Mealer, E6. You don't see that very often from Laura Mealer.
We've seen a lot of shifts here on defense, but this was played straight up, and the ball was spinning the way that it was hit, and Mealer should have had that ball. Even with that spin on it, you got to secure it, and you got to make that play.
11 of 12 on stolen bases this year for Ashton Maloney as Caden Henry digs in. First pitch to the center fielder. She's not going. It's a little bit in, ball 1. They check with our third base umpire, Susan Eads, who says no, she did not go. Henry was an all-SEC second-team performer this year. 1-0. She shows bunt, takes it high. Yeah, I was gonna ask, you think that maybe it's a small ball situation here? Maybe Mike White tries to get the runner over?
I think you need to start out that way, and because they have Caden Henry, she's able to do multiple things, either bunt or slap.
2-0, slap softly to third. Panels up with it. The throw is on time. Kind of works like a sacrifice. 1 away. Maloney off the second.
I think it bounced just enough to panel. Otherwise, hit a little bit harder. She would have had a chance to get Maloney at second, but there she does her job. Henry moving over Maloney.
Here's the All-American, Mia Scott, 443 average on the season. That was 13th in the overall batting average rankings in college softball this year. She takes ball 1. I love watching her play. She's outstanding. She has improved so much defensively, which was a struggle for her early on, the 1-0. She shows bunt, and ouch, looks like it caught Sophia Nugent right under the arm, right where there's an open area in the chest protector. She's okay. Well, I mean, that's easy for me to say from up here.
She's tough is what she is. That ball, that hurts. But, yeah, it would take so much to to keep these, even from taking a little extra time. She just bounces right back.
She didn't take much time at all. We're ready to go. Here's the 1-1 with a runner in scoring position. Scott did not check her swing. Oh, I guess she did. Wow. It looked like she had broke the plane.
Wow, I feel like that one.
I don't think I've seen that look on your face
that
in a
got
while,
missed. I feel
Nico.
like that was more than most check swings. Okay, that might have been a gift to Mia Scott.
1 ball and a strike, or 2 balls and a strike now, excuse me, fouled off 2-2. And again, just as we continue to learn about what is and is not reviewable in softball, check swings are not reviewable. Though they are in baseball, which is pretty interesting. Usually you'll see if it's reviewable in baseball, likely would be in softball too, not the case here. Here's the 2-2 to Scott. Popped up. Behind home plate is Nugent, who's got it. Panel comes racing in to make the catch, and there's 2 away. Wow. Sophia Nugent looked up right away and quickly realized she didn't have it.
I like how aggressive Taylor Panel is. She caught that ball just out in front of home plate, but she ran a long way to do that. Ball hung in the air, and you got to do that as soon as you see your teammates, and knowing that you could tell Sophia Nugent hadn't picked it up, and so really quality defense to be that next man up.
Here's Reese Atwood, the All-American catcher. First pitch swinging, fouls it off. Mike White coaching over at third. Kristen Zaleski is the first base coach. And we're moving around a lot. Against Oklahoma, you saw Mike White move over to first. Steve Singleton came out of the dugout, was coaching a little bit at third. Trying to pick anything they can to help their hitters out. The 0-1 is in for a strike. It's going to be a tough ball to hit if that's a strike today, right on that lower edge of the inside corner.
Yeah, that was really good location by Carlin Pickens, especially when you're facing the power and Reese Atwood.
Here's the 0-2 from Pickens. Bounce foul. Atwood is impressive. We talk a lot about the 3-4 and Woolery and Grant. One for UCLA, the 1-2 and Pickering and Parker for Oklahoma. This 3-4 for Texas is as good as any of them. Mia Scott and Reese Atwood. 21 home runs on the season. Make it 22 if it's fair. It's foul. Oh my goodness. That thing got out of here on a laser, but it hit the bridge from the grandstands to the outfield bleachers. Wow. Might have left a dent, too.
That was not lifted. That was completely a line drive.
Wow.
That went out. Just foul down the left field line. Reese Atwood was all over that pitch.
Runner at second, 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch in a scoreless game. Got her. What a bounce back from Pickens. Texas goes quietly in the first. Maloney reaches on the error, but that's it. We head to the second, scoreless in Oklahoma City. You're listening to the Women's College World Series on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
With Marriott Bonvoy, take your game day rituals on the road. No matter how you show your team spirit, find a stay for your style when you explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences. Marriott Bonvoy has a brand for every kind of fan. Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Explore more at marriottbonvoy.com/NCAA.
So we ask, why call them stands if you're going to sit in them? Yes, you in the back.
Professor, it's NCAA championship season. We'll be in the stands, but are we ready?
You prepared to bring it? Wear your colors loud? Yell, shuffle, shake? Oh, you're ready. The NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets.
The DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Baskets have more flavor than your taste buds know what to do with. We start with all white meat, breaded, seasoned, and fried to crunchy perfection. Next, we double down and toss them in honey barbecue or new buffalo sauce. Serve them up with DQ fries, Texas toast, and house-made Hidden Valley Ranch, and you've got flavor on flavor on flavor. Get the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket in honey barbecue or new buffalo right now at DQ. Happy tastes good. Participation may vary.
Along with the Hall of Famer Leah Amico, I'm Chris Plank here in Oklahoma City. You're listening to the Women's College World Series on Westwood One, presented by Marriott. Take your game day rituals on the road with Marriott Bonvoy. Over 30 hotel brands for every kind of fan. Explore more at marriottbonvoy.com/NCAA. It'll be Gibson, Mueller, and Alana Leach against Mac Morgan. The first inning double, producer Andy Garcia digging into the notes here early, Leah. First inning double by Ella Dodge was the first extra base hit allowed by Texas pitching this Women's College World Series.
Well, and it's the first time Tegan Kavan is not in the circle, and so you definitely can tell how well she has been throwing in their 2 wins, shutting out Florida and then only giving up 2 runs against Oklahoma.
Now, those are 2 big-time offenses, too, that she stagnated. And Tegan Kavan had her struggles against Oklahoma. Mike White in his post-game press conference was pretty funny. He goes, I'm just happy we finally beat Oklahoma here. I think it was 12 straight they had lost to him here in Oklahoma City, including the Big 12 tournament. Kenny Gibson takes ball 1 a little bit low.
Well, and that becomes a mental thing as well, and you wear all that pressure, and it's a big deal when you finally come out on top after that long of a drought.
You could sense it. Strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. And with everything Tegan Kavan has been going through, of course, the reports and the sadness for her family, and our thoughts are with the Kavan family. Her grandmother passed away. She found out Saturday morning. There's a bouncer from Gibson back to the circle. Morgan up with it, throws her out, 1 away. But just to expound on that, Tegan finds out she lost her grandmother, still pitches on Saturday, and so, maybe a chance just to let her continue to kind of mentally get a reset, and it's got to be hard.
Well, I think it's almost more special that way. Her grandmother, the reason she wore number 17 was in honor of her grandmother.
Mueller takes strike 1.
And I love what she said. Her grandma would watch the games and then would call her afterwards and talk about it and pick it apart. And it wasn't just, okay, there's my grandma over there. It was like, no, she's invested. She was all about softball and all about what Tegan was doing for Texas on the field.
The 0-1. Bounced hard back up the middle and through. Laura Mueller. Second hit for Tennessee. 1 out, runner aboard for Alana Leach.
The Tennessee bats have really been working. They've been putting up a lot of runs, and a lot of these hitters, what I like about Tennessee in the lineup is that it's been throughout the lineup. Every hit against Florida got every hitter, and 7 out of 9 starters got hits in their last win as well.
First pitch to the left-handed hitting left fielder is a little bit low, ball 1. Leach burst onto the scene in the Florida game. Earned her spot in the starting lineup, is I think the way that we put it in the pregame show yesterday. The 1-0 is in for a strike, 1-1. Leach deep in the box, 262 hitter. The pitch. Strike 2. Boy, Mac Morgan's pounding the zone, isn't she?
It's this outside corner. It looks like a backdoor curve to me, and so if she can keep hitting that spot and making the ball break late, I think it's a really good pitch to throw to the left-handed hitters because it ends up outside for them.
The 1-2. Bouncer softly to the right side. Mitchell up with it, wins the race to the bag, 2 away. Limited tickets are still available for the 2025 Women's College World Series games here in Oklahoma City. Visit ncaa.com/WCWS to secure your seats today. That's ncaa.com/WCWS tickets. See history regardless. When we start the championship series on Wednesday, someone's going to be a first-time national champ or 5 in a row. Ground ball softly hit towards short. Charged hard. The throw. Got it. Emma Clark, first pitch swinging. And a nice play made, charging hard at third by the Texas shortstop, Leanne Good. That'll do it for Tennessee. 2 hits for the Lady Vols, but they've stranded both of them. We head to the bottom of the second inning, scoreless for the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. This is the Women's College World Series.
As an organ donor, your story doesn't have to end. The good in you can live on. In fact, you could save up to 8 lives with your gifts. Your heart could keep beating. Your kidneys could keep filtering. And your intestines could keep on digesting for others. And that's not all. You can improve the lives of 50 more people as an eye and tissue donor, restoring sight and health. And you're not just helping out the person receiving the transplant. You're touching whole families with your life-saving gift. Register in minutes. Just go to organdonor.gov. You'll be happy you did. And just maybe, someone else will be happy too. Sign up today. Go to organdonor.gov. It saves lives. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
For more than 75 years, the VA Home Loan Benefit has helped millions of eligible veterans and service members achieve their piece of the American dream, a home for their families. Did you know that you could purchase a home or refinance your current home loan with your VA Home Loan Benefit? VA home loans have lower closing costs and generally enjoy lower interest rates than other borrowers. The VA Home Loan may save you thousands of dollars on your mortgage. For more information, visit www.va.gov or talk to a lender of your choice. Choose VA.
The Women's College World Series is on Westwood One and your Alexa. Hear every single pitch by asking your device to open Westwood One Sports. Just say open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa. With Leah Amico, I'm Chris Plank. We head to the bottom of the second inning, scoreless. Another early pitcher's duel. Maybe not the Texas starter we expected, Mac Morgan, but so far she's given up a couple of hits. Just about one time through the lineup. It'll be 9-1-2 for Tennessee next inning. I wonder if the hope is to get her one or maybe 1.5 times through the lineup and then turn to Tegan Kavan here.
I think if she still looks good and she's continuing to hit that lower half of the zone and forcing these ground balls, I think you can keep going with her and riding her and see how long she can go before putting it. But I think also Kavan might be warmed up and ready to go if they get into any type of trouble.
Any trouble at all, I'm sure you'd see her. Or maybe a run. Maybe if Texas puts a run up here and gets a lead on Carlin Pickens. We're still very early, though, in the first of what could be 4 games today. Tennessee has to win to force an if-necessary game. Oklahoma has to do the same against Nyjah Kennedy and Tech tonight. First pitch to Jolie Mitchell is a strike. What a World Series for Jolie Mitchell. Notre Dame transfer, second year here at Texas. Got off to a great start last year. And has been solid all year long. 387 hitter, fouls that one off. 387 on the season, 17 home runs, which is second on the team. Third on the team with 63 runs batted in. Has walked 34 times, which is the second best for a Longhorn. And oh, by the way, ho-hum, she's already hit 3 home runs in the World Series as the 0-2 misses high, which is all 3 of her hits.
But what a way to get hot. What a time to do it for her team. Came up big in that game 1 against Florida.
The 1-2. This is high, 2-2.
Well, and even against Oklahoma, Texas was ahead 3-2. But I think when she hit that home run in the bottom of the 6th, you just felt like, okay, maybe they could breathe just a little bit at that point.
2-2 pitch low and in. They'll check to see if she swings. Swung. She did not. Swing, swung, swing, swung. She did not swing.
She did not swing.
Full count. This is as much wind as we've had here in Oklahoma City this week. Well, it looks like it's helping out those right-handed hitters a bit towards left field. 3-2 pitch, grounded off Pickens, ricochets right to Mueller at short, throws to first, one away. I guess you can score that 1-6-3 if you'd like. Mitchell smokes it up the middle, but a little Lady Vol Rocky top bounce, one out.
I feel like that's the third ball we've seen hit off Carlin Pickens here in Oklahoma City. She's pretty tall, but these balls, she throws it, and a lot of these balls are hit right back at her.
Here's Katie Stewart. She's got a big bat, has a big swing, and fouls it off. 16 home runs on the season for Katie Stewart. Has been hit by 2 pitches here in the Women's College World Series. 1 walk, 2 hit by pitches. The 0-1. Bounce back up the middle. Mueller cuts it off on a short hop. Wow. Throws to first, 2 away. Unbelievable. So smooth at short by Mueller. 2 outs. Here comes Leanne Good. Wherever your golf journey is headed, a PGA professional will help get you there. Find your coach at pga.com/coach. It's the kind of plays you got to make to force an if necessary game.
And she was all out and looked like that ball was going to be up the middle, but just able to grab it on the short hop.
Here's the shortstop, Leanne Good. Line drive past the diving second baseman, Ella Dodge, into right field. It's a base hit. And Texas has a base runner with 2 away. Leanne Good went out and ripped that into right field.
Some of the pitches that have been hit the hardest off of Pickens are on her first offering. An inside pitch, and Leanne Good inside outs it to right field, but she was able to stay through it. Instead of these other hitters on the drop ball, they're getting on top of it a lot. She stays through it.
Here's Adea Wallace, Plano, Texas product, is making her second start of the season. No better time than now, and it's shocking when you look at her numbers. She's hitting just 167 on the season. 0 for 1 here in the Women's College World Series, but Mike White sees something in the matchup. The 1-0, she's tried to shorten up on the bat. Looked like she was going to slap on it, ended up taking it. Strike 1.
I mean, I'd love to see Wallace get on with the speed that she has, and you almost wonder, is that why they put her in the lineup as a slapper, being able to maybe move hitters over. In this situation, there's already 2 outs, so she's got to get herself on if she wants to extend the inning.
We mentioned her second start, as we got a time here. Umpire was just adjusting a few things. Her first start was against Florida in the first game of the Women's College World Series. The 1-1, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, it's not easy to do when you're facing the pitchers of this caliber at the Women's College World Series, and you haven't had many starts throughout the season. Facing Carlin Pickens, chases an up pitch right there, but it's just tough because you do have to lay off the junk and wait for your strike.
Here's the 1-2 from Pickens. Slap foul. Welcome to the show, kid. Your first start is going to be off Keegan Rothrock in Florida. We'll give you a break against Sam Landry. All right, you're back in there against Carlin Pickens. Only on the season 6 at-bats. Checked her swing on a 1-2 pitch there, low and away.
Yeah, and you wonder what it is. I know Texas does not have the depth that we've seen in some of these other teams' dugouts and as many players. Viviana Martinez, the shortstop, normally has been out this year with an injury, and so they don't have as many options to go to.
The 2-2 pitch got her swinging. Inning over. Overmatched today at Wallace. The continued domination from Carlin Pickens as she shuts down Texas after the 2-out hit, the first hit of the game for the Longhorns. We head to the top of the third, scoreless in Oklahoma City. You're listening to the Women's College World Series on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
My PTSD when I came home was pretty bad. You come into civilian life and you just don't fit in anymore. But something extraordinary happened in my life. PGA home. Playing with the veterans and being together, that's our safety zone. The one thing that we're missing in civilian life, where do we fit in again? And that would be PGA home.
Furnished by the PGA.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to.
They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2025 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 7/20/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management and practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
We head to the third, scoreless in Oklahoma City, along with Leah Amico. I'm Chris Plank. Tim Parker is our engineer. Andy Garcia, our producer. Mac Morgan back to work. We'll get through one time in the lineup for the surprise starter. The Lady Vols will go 9-1-2. Still kind of in a feeling out period between these two teams. They played an incredible series in Austin this season. First year for Texas in the SEC. Tennessee went down there and took 2 of 3. There were dramatics, there were fireworks, there was trash talk, and here they are. You like to... they didn't get to play in the SEC tournament because both got upset, but the bottom line more than anything else, you love to see a series that kind of left you wanting a little bit more, get one more opportunity here, and that's what we're getting with Texas and Tennessee.
When you're more familiar, when you've faced up, both these teams just battling it out, the grueling SEC schedule, but it really does prepare you for postseason. But then as hitters, I think it's always nice to see pitchers again that you faced earlier in the season.
And that's a great point. Kinsey Fiedler will lead things off. First pitch is hit hard to center field, but right there to make the play is Caden Henry. Perfectly positioned, one away. Well, if you're Kieran Weekly, you can feel pretty good about that. Hard hit ball. We've seen some pretty good contact here early on from both teams.
Well, that's what you want to do. You want to stay through it. You want to get that line drive right there is right at Henry, but if you keep those type of swings, those will fall in.
Top of the lineup, second time through. Gabby Leach, strike one. She grounded out back to the circle to lead the game off. Texas won the first game. This was April 11th, 12th, and 13th. Texas won the first game and lost the next 2. The 0-1 pitch is in for a strike, 0-2, which maybe is a little bit of a surprise why we didn't see Keegan Cavan, because in that first game against Tennessee, she threw a complete game 2 hitter, struck out 8. The 0-2 pitch, got it, swinging. Mac Morgan staying hot, 2 away. You can listen to every single game of Westwood One's exclusive coverage of both the men's and women's College World Series. Just download the Varsity Network app now and search NCAA Champions. Carlin Pickens only an inning. Threw 21 pitches in that inning in Game 1. They used all 4 of their pitchers in that first game to Tennessee. First pitch to Taylor Panel is outside. But then Pickens did what Pickens does. Threw a complete Game 4 hitter in Game 2 to get the win. And then a complete Game 6 hitter with 1 run. Hard hit ball by Panel, base hit through the 5-6 hole into left field. 2-out hit for Tennessee. We'll bring Ella Dodge to the plate, who's 1 for 1 with a double.
And Taylor Panel's 8th hit comes a line shot to left field, making an adjustment after striking out on the outside pitch. This time she's able to turn on one inside, and that's what great hitters do. You make adjustments, you make them quickly.
That is her 8th hit in the Women's College World Series. First pitch swinging, Ella Dodge fouls it off. Mac Morgan did pitch against Tennessee in that series. She pitched in Game 2, took the loss, 2 2/3. Allowed a hit and 2 runs, walked 3. It's kind of been the problem. Mike White has made his way out. Could this be it?
Well, I think he's having a talk because you have the number 3 hitter in Ella Dodge, and she hit the double to left field. So we'll see if he sticks with her. Yeah, he's going to. Taps her on the shoulder. Walks.
Interesting, we see this. I didn't mean to cut you off, Leah, but I'm so intrigued by the dynamic of who comes out and when. Mike White comes out first. and has this conversation with Mac Morgan. And then kind of in tow right behind him is his pitching coach, Patty Ruth Taylor, who after he's done, she then picks up the conversation.
When I saw her talk to the left side of the infield first before she went to Mac Morgan, and I think just talking about game plan on how they're going to throw Dodge. She took left-handed hitter that took that outside pitch really well to left field her last at bat.
Scoreless game, top of the third. 1 on, 2 out for Tennessee. The 0-1 pitch, pardon me, is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Interesting, too, that meeting took place after a first pitch foul ball that was hit pretty hard. Dodge's average is at 248 on the season, but she has not cheated herself with her swings like there. Tips it into the mint. Strike 2.
And you really do have to take that mentality. We've seen that out of Tennessee. Like, your numbers no longer matter. It's a brand new season, and it's just fresh. So it's about what have you done today, and Tennessee has stood up.
Just gets a piece of it to stay alive as that rolls down the first base line. Ball and 2 strikes.
And you might also think, okay, hey, they're not going to be as threatened. We're not all 400 hitters. In fact, there's nobody on the squad in the lineup that started out with 400. And so then it's about solid contact.
1-2. That's a stay alive swing that worked. Ella Dodge gets another chance as she fouled that one off just behind Karen Weekly at third. Last championship series for Tennessee was 2013. Dramatic 12th inning walk-off by Lauren Chamberlain for OU in that game 1. There's another foul ball.
When Ella Dodge has her toes on the line right now as a left-handed hitter, that was an outside pitch. So even with her up on the plate, she reached out with her arms. Her lower half went actually the opposite direction. That's where you're just staying alive. You foul that off. That's the one where you're thinking, okay, I need another one. I'm going to make sure it's not strike 3.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Oh, Andy Garcia, we got a shot here. No. That rolled all the way up in front of our booth. It just did not take the right bounce. The netting here that protects the fans behind home plate connects right below this upper level of the press box where our radio booth is, ESPN and all the local radios. And on an angle, it goes down towards the top of the backstop. We used to get the woos and the ahs when the ball would roll back down, but everyone's grown out of that.
Ball.
The 1-2 misses outside, 2-2.
Yes, it definitely used to be a thing here, and the fans were all involved, but it is, nobody does that anymore.
I guess the coolness of that wore off.
Well, too many foul balls, I think.
They're losing their voice whenever they're oohing and on with that many foul balls here. We've seen a lot of them this week. The 3-2 pitch. Pardon me, the 2-2 pitch makes it 3-2, full count. Scoreboard got me. Scoreless game, top of the third inning. Runner on, 2 outs. Tennessee has pounded out 3 hits. Can they add another here? 3-2. Line drive, left field. No. Perfectly placed is Katie Stewart. Makes the catch. Inning over. Threat averted for Texas. We head to the bottom of the third. Scoreless in Oklahoma City. For the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the Women's College World Series.
LaShawna spent more than 5 years in foster care.
I was getting older. I didn't think I'd be adopted.
But with help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, LaShawna now has a forever family and the foundation for a bright future.
When I was adopted, it was like, wow, this is permanent.
You can help find permanent homes for children still lingering in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Tom and Levi.
Tom is the smartest man I know. He's been a professor at 2 major universities, been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, he told me that he was having problems in his classes. I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. And he was telling them that he was doing it as a favor to them, but I think in reality he just wanted to get out of there. I was really starting to worry because I saw something was wrong.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me, and my love for him was just immense.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Along with Hall of Famer Leah Amico, I'm Chris Plank here at Oklahoma City. You're listening to the Women's College World Series on Westwood One, presented by Marriott. Take your game day rituals on the road with Marriott Bonvoy. With 30 hotel brands for every kind of fan. Explore more at MarriottBonvoy.com/NCAA. Tennessee is looking to become the 5th team to lose its first game and run through, I guess what you could say would be the loser's bracket. Texas A&M did it in 83, UCLA in 03, Florida State in 2018, and most recently, Oklahoma when they lost the opener to James Madison in 2021. Tennessee has a very secret weapon to do that. Her name is Carlin Pickens.
She's a workhorse and a face that the softball world has come to know very well. And I love the control that she has, the discipline, the work ethic, and she's just risen to the top.
9-hole hitter, Katie Bennett, first pitch swinging, fouled off, strike one. Have you noticed anything from her here?
We're seeing a lot more balls down in the zone, and that's causing a lot of ground balls. When she's gotten into trouble this entire World Series is maybe either just a missed pitch, a flat rise ball, not locating at the right spot.
0-1 caught the outer edge, 0-2.
But I feel like she's had them in a position. She's done really well in all of her starts, but it's just one pitch a lot of times. Big home runs to Ella Parker. Against Oklahoma she gave up, and to UCLA, Megan Grant.
Soft slap to third. She let it go foul. No, she gloved it at third, did panel as it was still in fair territory. And it's an infield single for Bennett on a mental mistake. Karen Weekly out of the dugout quickly. Let's watch the replay, Leah. What do you see?
Well, it was so close, and I feel like it's as close as it gets. I think she felt like the ball was on her as it was going foul, and I don't think she had anywhere else to.
Ruling on the field is a fair ball. This play is being challenged by Tennessee. The ruling is under further review.
So we're under an official review. Make sure while we're waiting, you download the Westwood One Sports app and catch all of our NCAA championship broadcasts. And be sure to keep the app on your mobile device year-round as we bring you primetime NFL action anytime, anywhere for free. Get the Westwood One Sports app today for iOS and Android.
I think it might just be foul because it was in front of the bag, and so it's where she makes contact with it. It's either over the line, they're going to call it fair, or it was just on the other side. I think the hard part for her, had she been back a little bit farther, she would have let it go longer and it would have been out, but you also can't just let that ball go and be called fair and not make contact with it.
In tight with the speedy Katie Bennett, so she wasn't really in a position where she was back very far. And again, it is a very tough area. Here we go.
The call on the field is upheld.
Wow.
Runner is safe. This is Tennessee's first challenge.
Well, Karen Weekly's not going to like that.
I thought it was going to be overturned, but
I did too.
They're saying then she caught it in line with the ball because by the time she went to the ground with the ball in her glove, it was just outside the line. That's as close as it gets.
Here's Ashton Maloney, reached on an error. Texas's first plate appearance against Pickens. Off goes the runner, late break to second, the throw not in time. Stolen base for Katie Bennett. A beautiful throw by Sophia Nugent, but Bennett just beat the tag.
Well, I thought she might be called out, and shortstop Laura Mueller immediately goes to her head like coach asked for a review, but you only get two the entire game, and you're not gonna use another one back to back and get it wrong.
The 1-0 pitch to Maloney's fouled straight back towards us. 1 ball, 1 strike. That is the 10th stolen base of the season.
And that's where it makes it tough because in live, I thought they were going to call her out.
Ooh, that's a bang play. Tagged her on the hip as it looked like the hand just got it. Oh, she was out. Oh, wow. They got her just before her hand touched the bag. 1-1 is a hard bunt to third. This time, Panel lets it go foul.
When you have replay these days and you can see it in slow motion, and these are the plays where if that run comes around to score now,
wow,
and that comes into play, that's so tough. But again, you get up until the 6th inning. Umpires after that can choose to review it on their own, but you get 2 chances to challenge calls on the field.
And that's it. Here's the 1-2. Check swing, ball low and away. Maloney running up the box, looking like she wanted to try to place that somewhere on the left side of the field. In tight is that Tennessee defense with Gibson at first. Well, now Ella Dodge moves back at second base. Mueller at short is in the baseline, even with the bag is Panel. Swing and a miss. 1 away. 2-2 pitch, threw it right by her. Another strikeout for Carlin Pickens. That's her third. And there's 1 away in the bottom of the third of a scoreless game.
And that's a big reaction and response by Carlin Pickens to then get the next hitter, Maloney, someone who really gives other teams struggles, but she strikes her out so nobody's able to advance.
There's Caden Henry. She tries to bunt, but bunts it foul. I like this strategy. I think that it's get the Tennessee corners involved trying to make plays, force Pickens to field the circle. I think she's a very good defensive player, but with the speed here of Henry and Maloney and Bennett, try to set something up for the top of the lineup. The 0-1 pitch, fouled back towards us, just short.
Well, I like it also because not only if you lay that down, you're forcing them to make the defensive play and you advance a runner even if you're out, but also you show bunt. Corners have to come in a little bit. Now she has 2 strikes, so they'll back up.
Yep.
But she goes ahead and swings away, so it actually has a lefty with a triple threat. It opens the field up a little bit more for you as a hitter.
Save for the top of the lineup, more for the 3-4 hitters of Scott and Adler. Grounder foul. No, that stays fair. Down the third base line. The throw is not in time. Oh, my goodness. That ball looked like it hit in foul territory and came fair. Caden Henry is aboard on another infield single down the third base line.
And she has so much speed.
Wow.
And because she stood in and swung, she had plenty of time to get there, but it was a little bit closer. I think if she didn't have the speed, there might have been a play on that ball.
It hit One mistake. She made one mistake.
Well, and that's what has been happening. It felt like that one mistake also in the opening game to Oklahoma.
Yep.
A lot of people thought they were going to come out with a win, but the pitch to Ella Parker after a couple hits is what allowed them to walk off.
Bouncer that's fouled. Hit her in the batter's box. Oohs and ahs from the fans because Maloney would have beaten that out easily. One run on 4 hits for Texas. Tennessee shutout so far on 3 hits and 1 error. Mac Morgan outstanding in the circle for Texas. Vaughn solid in relief. There's ball 1 just a little bit out. Craig Snyder was ejected from this game for arguing balls and strikes. He's maybe listening back in the clubhouse. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Got it. Make it 4 straight strikeouts since the home run by Stewart, 1 away.
Carlin Pickens, so tough when she gets ahead because you foul off some drop balls. She has a rise ball that she mixes in that looks like it's coming waist high. You go for it and it ends up swinging. And the ball goes just above the bat of Maloney, so big strikeout.
Kane Henry has one of the 4 Longhorn hits. Hot shot to third. What a play by Panel. Throws to first and got her. Wow. Taylor Panel was drawn in, reached out, made the play, threw her out. 2 away.
And Carlin Pickens with big smile on her face, looking into her catcher. You like that when you get that 1 pitch, 1 out. That ball was hit hard, but Panel all over it.
Mia Scott digs in. The left-handed hitting third baseman takes a ball a little bit out. Scott walked into third to load the bases with 1 out when Pickens got out of the jam by striking out Atwood and getting Mitchell to pop out. And at the key moments in this game to keep Tennessee in it and Texas at bay. 1-0 is low, 2-0. We're trying to get the Vols fans going. Seems like it's a one-man effort down there right now. The 2-0 pitch. In for a strike, 2-1. Oklahoma and Texas Tech tonight. Nyjah Kennedy likely against Sam Landry. Sam played for 3 years for Jerry Glasgow, 4 of her former teammates on that Tech team. You just got to beat him twice. 2-1 pitch is low, ball 3. This game is far from over. Tennessee needs a rally here. And then a win in game 2 to earn a spot in the championship series. Texas just needs to get 6 more outs without allowing a run. The 3-1 pitch. Bounce towards second. This should do it. Nice play by Ella Dodge. Throws to first. And it is a quick bottom of the 5th inning for the Texas offense. We head to the 6th. The Longhorns 6 outs away from a return trip to the championship series. They lead Tennessee 1-0. You're listening to the Women's College World Series in the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
With Marriott Bonvoy, take your game day rituals on the road. No matter how you show your team spirit, find a stay for your style when you explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences. Marriott Bonvoy has a brand for every kind of fan. Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Explore more at marriottbonvoy.com/NCAA.
So we ask, why call them stands if you're going to sit in them? Yes, you in the back.
Professor, it's NCAA championship season. We'll be in the stands, but are we ready?
You prepared to bring it? Wear your colors loud? Yell, shuffle, shake? Oh, you're ready. The NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming 1 more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2025 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 7/20/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management and practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
Today's broadcast of the NCAA Women's College World Series on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. Along with Leah Amico, I'm Chris Plank. Tim Parker is our engineer. Andy Garcia, our director. Greg Stenberg on production assistance. He'll be down on the field for postgame, but still got a long way to get there. 1-0, Texas leads Tennessee. What adjustments with Kavan in there, Leah Amico, do you need to see from this Tennessee offense?
They need to be able to get people on base. They got the lead off by a walk last inning, but you got to be able to execute the little things, right? Move runners. Try to be able to square one up. Kavan, that off-speed pitch, I think you want to hit her early in the count because as soon as she gets ahead, she gets tough with her spin and with the off-speed pitch.
It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. So a big half inning here. Top of the 6th for Tennessee. Ella Dodge, Sophia Nugent, McKenna Gibson. If Tegan Kavan closes this out, she'll become the Texas all-time career saves leader with 8. How about that? Great note from Andy, our producer. First pitch swinging. Ella Dodge swinging a miss, strike 1. 1 run on 4 hits. The biggest hit, the solo home run in the 4th inning by Katie Stewart. Lead things off. Want foul. No balls and 2 strikes to Dodge, who's 1 for 2 on the day. First inning double. Lined out to left in the 3rd. She's hit the ball hard twice. And that first inning double was quite a message because, could have easily been a single, but she just took an extra base, kind of set the tone for what we thought was going to be an aggressive day for Tennessee. 2 pitches high, 1 and 2.
Well, and all her 3 hits that she's gotten have all been to the left side. That is where people continue to throw to her, and that seems to be her strength.
1-2. Wow. Throws her. Cold strike 3. Whatever Dodge thought she was getting, she didn't. 1 away.
An off-speed pitch. First time seeing Kavan, and it ends up being waist high on the outside corner, but it's the change of speed. That's why she has the bat on her shoulder still, and she walks back to the dugout.
Here's Sophia Nugent. 6th strikeout by Texas pitcher. Second for Nugent. Second for Kavan. Here's Nugent, who takes strike 1. Sophia Nugent 0 for 2. No Craig Snyder anymore in the Lady Vols dugout. He was tossed from this game in the 4th inning. The 0-1 pitch is a little bit up, 1-1. And I only bring that up because we've seen Sophia Nugent quite a few times during this World Series. She'll call time if she's not happy with something, and she'll go straight to the dugout and talk to Craig Snyder. That's not an option for her now. The 1-1. A little bit low, 2 balls and a strike.
Well, Mac Morgan throwing 4 scoreless innings and them looking to Kavan in the 5th helps them in the sense that if these hitters only get 1 look at Kavan, she's just really tough, especially as well as she's been throwing here in Oklahoma City. And so you like to see that to where she's got to get through the lineup 1 time and keep them off the base, and they end up with a win.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Karen Weekly is going to bring down Sophia to talk to her. And she's going to bring everyone over.
Well, that strike, it was low and away, and Nugent went for it, but Reese Atwood just screamed to her pitcher, yeah, and you don't see that a lot. Texas is not a team that has a lot of celebration. Tegan Kavan, out of all the pitchers out there, is one of the most that has almost zero reaction. She talked about growing up how that was a big thing to her mom. But people coming to the game better never know if you're winning or losing. So that is something she's very stoic, very game-faced. But she talks about Mia Scott, her 3rd baseman, the senior star on this team, how in Super she had emotion, and she said that fed me even just to see emotion out of my teammate.
Meeting's over. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Oh, just missed. Oh, it just missed. How about Tegan Kavan? It caught Nugent looking.
Think they go with another off speed here?
Why not? 3-2. Pitch. Fly to right field, pardon me. Easy play. Ranging over towards the line is Maloney. 2 away. Maloney does her little post-play dance, and there's 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Texas is 4 outs away. And here's McKenna Gibson. Tegan Cavan came out of the pen, walked the first batter she faced, and has been nailed since. Has now retired 4 straight. First pitch to Gibson is in for a strike. Tennessee Lady Vol dugout let Marty of SGN know they didn't agree with that. No balls and a strike. That misses a little bit in, 1-1.
This game is just different, this pitcher's duel that we have going on. We've seen it throughout this series. Tennessee, not one of those teams for the most part. I mean, they're lost 4-3 to Oklahoma, won 11-3, and then won 5-4 against UCLA in extras. So they're putting up a lot of runs.
The 1-1. Bounce back to Caban, who makes a beautiful play, throws to first, inning over. Texas, 3 outs away from the championship series. They'll look to add some insurance in the bottom of the 6th inning. They lead it 1-0. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the Women's College World Series.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. We leave no warrior behind. Wounded Warrior Project is a non-profit organization created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war. Whether those scars are physical or mental, we're here to make sure that they heal. And whether it's helping those with post-traumatic stress disorder live a normal life again, or giving much-needed support to injured warriors in veterans' hospitals. Because no one deserves our help more than the men and women who risk their lives to keep us safe. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Because of you, I found the resources I needed.
Because of you, I found the right doctor.
Because of you, I'm not alone.
These are words we cherish at the Sarcoma Alliance. Each year, thousands of Americans of all ages are diagnosed with sarcoma, the rare 1% of all cancers. The Sarcoma Alliance is there during their difficult journey, providing education, guidance, and connection. Learn more at sarcomaalliance.org, sponsored by the Sarcoma Alliance.
Along with Hall of Famer Leah Amico, I'm Chris Plank here in Oklahoma City. You're listening to the Women's College World Series on the Westwood One, presented by Marriott. Take your game day rituals on the road with Marriott Bonvoy. Over 30 hotel brands for every kind of fan. Explore more at MarriottBonvoy.com/NCAA. Just enough offense for Texas and incredible pitching today in the circle.
We've been seeing a real pitcher's duel. One swing of the bat that has been the difference by Katie Stewart, the home run that goes just over the left field fence. You almost wonder, Alana Leach, maybe, possibly, had she played it differently, could have stolen and robbed the home run from Stewart, but it's a one-run ball game right now.
Mike White's Longhorns have been to the championship series in 22 and 24. Both times they faced Oklahoma and lost in 2. They beat Oklahoma to put themselves in this position. Could a championship series rematch be on the menu? 3 outs away from Texas earning its spot. But they'd love some insurance here. Up 1-0, it'll be Reese Atwood, Jolie Mitchell, and Katie Stewart. Reese Atwood's had a tough day against Carlin Pickens. She's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
I talk about confidence for these pitchers. It's also the same as hitters, trying to build confidence when you have been struggling.
First pitch to Atwood, headed home. Bounces it towards short. Big hop, easy play. Neal up, throws, got it. They took a beautiful hop if you're a defensive player. 1 away.
Yeah, right at Atwood, Carlin Pickens, throwing her drop ball and feeding her defense. Mealer, no problem, easy play.
Here's Jolie Mitchell. She's 0 for 2 on the day, though she hit one hard early, back up the middle. First pitch misses. She led off the second inning with a ball that was rocketed back up the middle and shot off Carlin Pickens right to Mealer. All of her hits have been home runs in the World Series. There's a strike, 1-1. Run on 4 hits for Texas. Combination of Mac Morgan and Tegan Kavan have allowed just 3 hits. Tennessee committed 1 error. There's an early swing that fouled off Nugent. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Seems to be okay.
She just smiles.
Going to give her some time.
She smiles so much she's shaking her head no because you know that it hurts. She really is taking a beating. Those catchers, they are the all-stars. I know the pitchers get all the love, but wow, what their catchers do for them behind the plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Pickens, headed home. Missed low and in, almost hit her. 2 balls and 2 strikes. By the way, it's been really cool to hear from everyone that's been listening to the broadcast all weekend long. As a diehard softball fan, I can't tell you how cool it's been when I haven't been able to be here to tune into SiriusXM 84 or open up my Westwood One Sports app. Kudos to everyone for doing every game of the series as the 2-2 pitch misses high, 3-2. I think 21 was the first year, right? 21, 22, 23, 25 years? Yeah.
The first year, 2011 is when we started covering the championship series, the finals, and then it's gone to every game. Love the coverage we're getting in this sport.
3-2 pitch, fouled off. Tim Parker's been here since we started doing the Champ Series in 11. Andy Garcia's been to every Champ Series since 11. Leah Amico has been to every Champ Series since 11. Ryan Radke and I have been blessed to be on the call since 2021. Thank you, Westwood One, for making this possible. This is awesome, the NCAA Radio Network. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Pickens can't believe it. They checked with the first base umpire to see if she swung. She did not. Jolie Mitchell is aboard. By my count, that is just the second walk of the game for Pickens. Of course, my scoring stings, so we better check with the official stats. That is correct. Here's Katie Stewart. Homered her last time up. First pitch swinging, fouls it off.
I like what I've seen out of Carlin Pickens. It's all about the bounce back. She's such a true competitor. Was here as a freshman 2 years ago, but just so much growth that you've seen in her and development to become the pitcher she is today.
The 0-1. On the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. This next pitch will be the 98th pitch of the game, the 0-2. Hit hard through the 5-6 hole into left field. First and second, 1 away. Katie Stewart has her second hit of the game. Stay hot in the Women's College World Series, Katie Stewart. That puts runners at first and second for Leanne Good.
Well, to be able to get an insurance run or 2 here in the bottom of the 6th would be huge for the Longhorns. They're only 3 outs away, but if you could tag couple more and bring some runs across, it would be a big deal.
First pitch, Leanne Good bounces foul down the third baseline. We've seen some balls in play take some weird bounces this week. That was another one there. As it bounced foul, it kind of shot back. So
it's a reminder you have got to be on your on your toes. You really got to be able to move and react.
0-1, swing and a miss. 0-2, panel grabbed it quickly. 1-0 Texas, looking to add some insurance here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runners at first and second, 1 away. Daya Wallace due up next. The 0-2 pitch to Good. Swing and a miss. Wow. Carlin Pickens just absolutely blew that right by Leanne Good, and there's 2 away.
Well, she went right at her, and she got ahead, and although in the second inning, Leanne Good got a hit, that was nowhere close to the zone, and she got Good chasing all the way.
We're going to see a pinch hitter here for Texas. Mike White's going to give Victoria Hunter a plate appearance, and everybody's out of the dugout from Lady Vols' side to talk with Carlin Pickens here. Well, while everyone meets and plans out their strategy, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships. The Texas Longhorns are 3 outs away from their third trip to the Women's College World Series in program history. Not only that, their third trip in the last 4 years. They've never won a national championship in softball, and they lead Tennessee 1-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Looking to add some insurance. Victoria Hunter will pinch hit. You got runners at first and second now, 2 outs. Carlin Pickens, 9 strikeouts, 1 mistake. The home run by Katie Stewart. Here we go. Victoria Hunter digs in, first pitch to the right-handed swinging Hunter. They fooled her. Check swing, grounder to third. Panel up, throws. High! It's an error. It's into the camera well. Texas has some insurance. Jolie Mitchell will score on the high throw into the bleachers. It's 2-0 Texas. They'll hold Stewart up at third. And a mistake. A Tennessee mistake on their second error of the game. It was a mistake on the swing, and then Panel just airmailed the throw.
So uncharacteristic defense. Panel so good. A sophomore over there on the left side, and she just launches this ball. Routine play. It was a miss hit. She had to come up a little bit, but just the moment got too big, and that is just so hard for Carlin Pickens, knowing what a big deal that is. That would have been out of the inning, the third out.
It was a mistake check swing. Panel just stepped weird. She threw it right above the camera well. I mean, not even a play to be made for McKenna Gibson at first.
Well, and after the play happened, shortstop Laura Mueller, the senior, was behind her and immediately just dropped her head as soon as she saw the ball go past first baseman Gibson.
Second error of the game on Tennessee. This one hurts.
Well, I think they're lucky that it went in to that and became a dead ball, because I think had it been rolling, there would have been another run come across.
Katie Stewart actually ran in and scored, but they sent her back to third. So second and third, Katie Simmons will be called on a pinch hit, take strike one. She got the start in the Oklahoma game. Is 1 for 2 in the Women's College World Series, so limited action for Simmons. On the season is hitting .243. Bounces this one slowly to the right side. There'll be a race to the bag. She'll beat her. McKenna Gibson beat her to the bag. And Tennessee is down to its final 3 outs as Texas adds some insurance for Tegan Cavan. Oh, the 40 acres is fired up. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Texas now on top of Tennessee, 2-0. You're listening to the Women's College World Series on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
The DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Baskets have more flavor than your taste buds know what to do with. We start with all white meat, breaded, seasoned, and fried to crunchy perfection. Next, we double down and toss them in honey barbecue or new buffalo sauce. Serve them up with DQ fries, Texas toast, and house-made Hidden Valley Ranch, and you've got flavor on flavor on flavor. Get the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket in honey barbecue or new buffalo right now at DQ. Happy tastes good. Participation may vary.
The strongest field in golf is coming to Philadelphia for the 2026 PGA Championship at Aronimon Golf Club. Don't miss your opportunity to witness golf's elite compete for the iconic Wanamaker Trophy in the city of brotherly love. Register for tickets now at pgachampionship.com/register.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that, and third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
A reminder to join us again today for more of the Women's College World Series. We'll either have Tennessee and Texas again, which is possible here. Let's not count this out. Or Oklahoma taking on Texas Tech tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern. We'll have all the action right here on most of these same Westwood One stations. You can also hear the broadcast via the Varsity Network app, the NCAA Women's College World Series app, Alexa-enabled devices, or on the Westwood One Sports app. Huge insurance run for Texas in the bottom of the sixth inning. They lead it 2-0. And, boy, you could just kind of sense, you saw it, Leah, you mentioned it, when, the senior shortstop, Lauren Mueller, saw that throw go high and wide. She collapsed just a bit. It might have felt like Tennessee just took the knockout punch there. We'll see. Mueller's got to lead it off, though.
and that's where you just take the bat in your hands and you do everything you can to try to get yourself on base and see if some way, somehow you can push some runs across.
First pitch strike to Mueller.
You can't get ahead of yourself. It has to be one pitch at a time. Same game plan that you always have. You cannot let the emotions get the best of you.
The 0-1. A little bit up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mueller. She's been the hero. Had the game-winning single yesterday. Went 1 for 1 here today. Had the walk as well.
Ball inside.
2 balls and a strike. She walks here and brings the tying run to the plate. Just looking ahead. She was the batter in the 4th after McKenna Gibson struck out and Craig Schneider got tossed. And proceeded to walk on 4 straight pitches. Here's the 2-1 from Kavan, fouled back, 2-2.
And if they walk away with a shutout here, that's a big deal. They did give up Tegan Kavan a couple runs to Oklahoma. But she's faced some good bats here and done a nice job.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-zip Texas lead. Hot shot backhanded on a line by Mia Scott at third. What a play, 1 away.
Wow, Mia Scott behind the bag, off the line just a little bit. This is a hard shot down. Looks like it's going to drop in, and just behind the bag, Mia Scott grabs it. Nobody is surprised if you're a Texas fan. You know that that's Mia Scott all the way.
Here's Alana Leach. She's 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch, strike. Can only imagine the emotions of Tegan Kavan, her grandmother, such a major supporter of her career, a former pitcher herself, losing her, passing away on Saturday morning. The game she pitched against Oklahoma, the emotion she's got to feel here in this moment. 2 outs away, the 0-1. This is a little out, 1-1.
Sometimes when you play for a bigger purpose, it can really help you. You got to stay focused and zoned in, and sometimes it's just that little break and relief to be able to be out there doing what you love the most.
1-1 called strike on the off speed. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Kavan, fouled off.
And Tegan Kavan was here last year, knows what it takes, but you just think with what she's just gone through, as hard as that is, like it would probably be that much more special to try to be the national championship winning, not only team, but she would be the pitcher in the circle that everybody looked to.
1-2, line drive. Oh, what a backhand bite. Good. Off a hop. Throws. Got her. Oh, what a play by Leanne Good. She backhanded the hot shot deep in the 5-6 hole and threw a laser for out number 2.
She got so low in the crouch to backhand this ball. As soon as she gloved that up, you knew that this was just going to be a dynamic play. Goes actually to her left knee and comes up with it. That's defense that you give your pitcher. We talk a lot about Kavan, but she's not Tegan Kavan without the defense behind her.
Wow. That was a big-time play at a position of flux for Texas this year. They've used 3 different players at short to try to make up from the loss that they suffered earlier this year, and Leon Good with a big play and a big moment. 2 away. Kavan, first pitch fouled back. For strike 1 by Emma Clark. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Tennessee down to its last out, down 2-0. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. 0-2. The Longhorn faithful stand as one behind the Texas dugout. Barely a seat being used in the grandstands right now. The 0-2. Just off the outer edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You just feel the emotion in this place. Everyone is up and ready. They know this out is made and Texas moves to the final. That is a big deal.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. The Texas Longhorns are back in the championship series for the 2nd straight season. And they take care of Tennessee thanks to timely hitting, incredible pitching, and Burnt Orange tops Tennessee Orange. The Longhorns, for the 3rd time in 4 years, are gonna play for a national championship. They beat Tennessee 2-0 in an absolute thriller here in Oklahoma City.
What a game. A pitcher's duel. Texas Longhorns using a starter that we hadn't seen here in Oklahoma City, and Mac Morgan does her job, gets through 4 innings, scoreless against Tennessee, and then they go to their star pitcher, Tegan Kavan, and she finishes it out with 3 straight innings.
And with that victory,
that shutout is absolutely huge. Texas, not a lot going on with their bats, but you mentioned it, they got that home run. And you start wondering, Katie Stewart, when she hits that ball that carries out, that would have been all they needed, but they got that insurance run in the bottom of the 6th, and they advance. They are tough right now. They are playing the best softball they have played all year right here in Oklahoma City.
This is a Texas team that was run-ruled in the SEC tournament and eliminated by Texas A&M. They barely get out of the Super Regional. They struggle against Clemson. And they come to Oklahoma City, and they've swept their way to the championship series. And for the 2nd straight season, Katie Stewart and the Longhorns are in the championship series. Katie, congratulations. She joins us live down on the field. Take us through the emotions, the feeling. What's this like right now?
Yeah, it's just so exciting. After how our series during the season went, it just shows you that no matter how it went during the season, it matters now. And I love how my team pulled through and just to do it all.
You had a hard hit ground ball where the shortstop, Laura Miller, made a great play in your first at bat. And then your second at bat, you get the big home run that puts your team ahead. What were you thinking, and what did you see in that at bat?
Yeah, just to get on time, just to do something for my team and to help us pull through, and so any way possible to do it for my team.
Katie, one of the things I've loved about watching you this year is you're willing to do anything. You've played short, you've TP'd, you've played the outfield, and it seems like everybody is kind of anything for the team. Can you take us through that team mindset of this Texas team?
Yeah, we learned about it in the fall, just being ready to play anywhere, to do anything for our pitchers, for our team, for our coaches, and so just being ready to get wherever I get put and to have my mindset of I'm going to do the job.
Well, you guys are in the championship series for the 2nd time. Last year you fell short. What is your guys' mindset? What's the method for you guys to be able to end up on top this year?
Just to stay how hot we are right now, not to put any more pressure than we already have on ourselves, and just to have fun and play our game.
Katie, real quick, I want to add one more. You guys had a rough SEC tournament, right? And then you challenged in the Super Regional. You get to Oklahoma City, something has clicked. What is it? What's clicked?
Yeah, I just think that a lot of our lineups just figured out their swing. Like anybody through our lineup can find any time to come through, and I feel like that's just been the biggest part, and our pitchers doing their job and just us backing them up.
Congratulations. We'll see you Wednesday.
Thank you.
That's Katie Stewart, the hero Solo home run in the fourth staked Texas to a 1-0 lead. They add some insurance in the sixth. The combination of Mac Morgan and Tegan Cavan shut out and shut down Tennessee. The final score, Texas off to the championship series for the third time in 4 years. They beat Tennessee 2-0. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the Women's College World Series.